Hey guys, what is up? It's Andrew Murray here, and we're going to take a look at Coinberry. We're going to make a purchase today on the Coinberry site. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about Coinberry. All right, so let's get started. So Coinberry is a Canadian crypto exchange. One of the nice things about Coinberry is it's really easy to buy crypto. So there's a few different crypto exchanges out in Canada that make it really easy to get into your first crypto. So this is similar to Coinbase in the States. But in Canada, there's a few different options. There's Shakepay, there's Newton, there's Bitbuy, and there's Coinberry. There's also Coinsquare. Here's what I'll have to say about Coinberry. Coinberry has a great UI. It's got a great app. This is very similar to the app. It makes it really easy. And I'm gonna talk you through some of the different elements here. So I've already gone ahead and funded my account. You can see that I've got the $100 in my account. And that's in Canadian dollars. So the cool thing about Coinberry is you can unlock your free credit by making a $50 trade. So you just trade $50. You can trade it back and withdraw your money. You're gonna make $20. So this is an easy way to make $20, and you can also make that by referring friends to do that. And you can get your link right here, right? So you just click it and it's copied. Now what I like about Coinberry is a few things. So they have nice charts on the top, right? So you can see right off the top where Bitcoin is in the last 1 month, and then you can click and view it on the 1 day and the 1 hour. There's a button to click to buy. Same thing with Ethereum. If you hover over here, you can see the actual timestamps of where it's been. This is just a nice basic chart. For most people, they can kind of see, okay, I see where it's at. I see, the direction that it's growing. I would like to see a longer time frame here, like 3 months, because I think that would encourage people to, invest a little bit longer term. I think 1 month, particularly in cryptocurrency when it's trending, it's such a short window. It almost encourages people to have a short-term trading view, and I don't think that's what Coinberry wants to have. Now, unlike Shakepay, which just does Bitcoin and Ethereum, with Coinberry, you can also get XRP, which is Ripple. You can get Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, which is very stable and stellar. What I like about Litecoin is it really just follows Bitcoin. It's like the silver to Bitcoin's gold, and it just follows it. So it makes it very easy to kind of predict where it's going next. So I like that. Here you can see I got a member reward. Here is my $100 that I deposited. Another thing I like about Coinberry here is they're very receptive to their customers. What's the hardest thing you've experienced on Coinberry that we may help to solve? So they're trying to actively improve the site and make it better. Nice button here where you can download your feed into a CSV file. I like how they've phrased this member, link your bank account into unlock new member benefits, because it almost kind of makes it a gamification. It makes it feel like, yeah, I want to link that so I don't miss out. And they've got the big 2-factor authentication here. And you'll see here that they've updated some of the security things since I've actually created my account. So they want me to submit these documents. What I do like, however, is the Autopilot, okay? And I think this is fantastic for people. And when you click there, it's gonna show you a little bit about what it is. Basically what it is like dollar cost averaging. So, if you're familiar with something like Wealthsimple, where, every week you put, $100 or $200 or whatever it is into your account, and it goes automatically without you thinking about it. So you're doing that automatic investing, right? And this was kind of popularized by David Bach a few years ago when he came up with his book Automatic Millionaire. The point is that we're all busy people. We'll tend to spend the money that we have in our bank account. So it's good if it just leaves your bank on autopilot and goes into the investment of your choice. So this allows you to put your crypto on autopilot, which is really cool. So it saves time. It's less risky, so it minimizes against market fluctuations. And I love this. It takes the emotions out of trying to time the market. So even if you're just putting $10 into the market every week or something, it's going to be growing, and it's going to take your emotion out of the market, and you're going to start to pile up that crypto. So to get started, you kind of select one of the options. I'll just select Litecoin in this case, and then you can do daily, weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, and put whatever you want. So let's say I want to do $10 a month, then it would go through and do that until I didn't have anything in my balance. So I like that autopilot. Let's just go through the tabs here. And this is very similar to the app, mind you. So there's the activity tab, there's the fund tab, where you're funding your account, and you can fund with Canadian dollars or crypto, right? So you can actually fund with invite a friend, which is interesting, right? So if you join your account, you send out your referral link, you actually start funding, right? So they're kind of encouraging you to click here, get your link, and refer a friend. So I'll put a link in the description to this video. And what's cool about this is they have really gamified this so that once you refer 5 friends, you earn an extra $25 credit, refer 10 friends, so on and so forth. And you can view your referral activity, which is really nice. So click the link below when you open your Coinberry account, and you'll get a $20 credit on your account. So what I like about Coinberry is it got a really fun UI. E-transfer instantly up to $10,000, or you can of course fund with crypto. And it's important to mention this is not a static Bitcoin address. So for example, when you generate your address, don't save it because it's going to change, right? So this address is a single use, it's going to change. So just use it for the one-time thing. That actually makes it safer for you. You just want to keep in mind, you're not saving it in a password manager or something like that. All right, so on the buy and sell, you can pick a coin, and let's do Litecoin, and you can do market orders or limit orders, right? And this is for buying and for selling. So say we're buying Litecoin, we can do a market order, which will activate immediately, okay? And let's just do that so you can see how that works. So 15 is going to calculate, I'm going to get that, and preview order, and then there's going to be the fee, and I can place the buy order, okay? But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do a limit order, right? So the current price is $2.96. So what I'm going to do is let's just click max, for example, and then set your own price below. Oh, sorry. Here's where you set a buy price. Big thing here. So I'm going to set it for $2.92, and if it hits that $2.92, if it drops down to that, then it will issue that buy order and it will complete it. So what that does is, so what that means is that basically it will only buy it if it drops down to this level. So that's a limit order. And you can also do that when you're selling, right? So you can only sell if it, hits a certain amount. All right, let's talk about withdrawing your funds. So when you want to withdraw your funds, you can withdraw it to a wallet. So any of these different crypto wallets, you can click Bitcoin, however much you have, and then put your destination address in there, your wallet. Or you can withdraw it right to cash, and you can do an e-transfer from $100 up to $5,000. That's with e-transfer, nearly instant. Now let's talk about Coinberry Pay. I think this is really innovative, and I love innovative fintech, as you may know if you've been subscribed to my channel. By the way, if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button. I do read all the comments, so if you give me a comment, if you give me a like, that is very much appreciated. And actually, this is interesting because here you can actually accept crypto payments, donation, and tips in minutes, right? So you can actually have this link and put this on your button and ask people to donate. So I'm gonna put a tip link in this description of the video. So even if you give me just a tiny tip, what I'm gonna do is for everyone that gives me a tip this month, in February, I'm actually going to give them a shout out on one of my next future videos. And if you have a website or something, I'll shout that out to as well to all the people that are watching my video. So just to test this out. So if you want that, just give me a tip. It can be whatever amount that you want, and I'll shout you out with whatever contact details you want on one of my next videos. All right, so I think that's pretty cool because they're kind of integrating and making crypto not just a speculative investment, but they're actually making it so people are using it in a transactional sense, right? So getting closer to having products for sale, being able to donate or to tip or to pay with Bitcoin, which I think is fantastic. And then of course we get to the autopilot there. And I'll just show you the settings. Overall, Coinberry is really fun to use. It's got a great UI. The app is great as well. For some reason, the app on my iPhone is making me log in again every time. I suspect it might have to do with, because this two-factor authentication is not set up, because I hate having to log in again on my app when I'm already logged in. That's Coinberry in a nutshell. Overall, I think that Coinberry is really fun to use. And I love the fact that they're geared towards auto investing and really investing for the long term. I think it's got great ease of use, it's got great design, and it's fun to use. So if you want to unlock your $20 credit, just sign up for a Coinberry account using the link below. And again, if you want to give me a tip and get a shout out on my next video, do that. We'll see you on the next video.